X equals.
All right, make sure y'all's phones are up. This is all we're going to do. Let's knock it out real quick. All right, so look, every other problem we've had before on these, all right, was y equals. And when it's y equals, parabola goes up and down on the
This
y-axis.
one goes sideways.
Now it's x equals, so it will go side to side on the x-axis. So what I'll do, I'll separate them on the test. I'll have them in different sections. I'll have one section that goes up and down, one section that goes side to side. All right, now you basically do them the same, guys. All right, Seth, let's lock in, man.
My apologies.
Let's lock in.
You're right.
But there's a couple changes we got to make. All right, so I got y squared. Give that link.
Only thing we do.
One sheet today is all we do. All right, so you make your box and y'all move the plus 30 down, right? All right, so we're going to do this step just like we did before and just like we did on the circle quiz yesterday. How do you feel in the box? Right, half of 12 is 6, square it's 36. Now, if you guys remember on the circles, it would have been plus 36, right? But on parabolas, you got a plus 36 and a minus 36 because the equal sign is in a different spot. That's why. All right, so I got y minus 6 here, minus 6. All right, so nothing really new so far. All right, that is your vertex form. Now we have to write the vertex, and this is going to be one new step. All right, which number do we flip the sign on?
So y.
The one that's in the parentheses, right? Now look, guys, that is your y. So it's y equals 6. So positive 6 has to go in the y coordinate spot, which is the second spot. We're used to putting it in the first spot, right?
Yeah.
But that's when it was the x minus 6. Now it's y. So when you solve it and get 6, it goes in the y spot. Your x is negative 6. So now it's flipped. All right, that's one change. All right, before we had it was like this, Tegan. It was x minus 6, not y minus 6. So we would put positive 6 on the x side, negative 6 on the y side. But now since they flipped the variables, so now positive 6 has to go in the y spot, which is the second spot. All right, so again, that's one change. Let's go to negative 6, up 6. That's okay. Everybody put a point right there. I didn't number these for y'all either, did I?
It goes off the graph.
It's okay if it goes off the graph. Everybody's good there. All right, last thing we got to do is plug in our points. Now, how did we plug in points before? 2 on the left, 2 on the right. But let's think about it. If it's going to look like this or something like that, would it do us any good to plug in points on the left?
Never.
No. So this time, how do we pick our points, if y'all had to guess? Up and down. All right, so now we're going to pick 2 above, 2 below. So above I got I got 7 and 8 if I go above. Below I got 5 and 4. Now look at what I did. Since I'm plugging my number in for y this time, I had to write my numbers on the right side of the chart because that's the y-axis side, not the left side. So that's the second change.
I don't like this.
I'm glad we have to pick numbers on the y because I plugged in -5 for on the x and I got 115.
All right, so now I'm going to plug them in. I can probably do this one in my head quickly and we'll just go ahead and graph it. If I plug 7 right here, 7 minus 6 is 1, right? 1 squared is 1. Subtract 6, you got -5. Now more than likely we're still probably going to have a pattern. Plug in 8 now. Subtract it, I get 2. 2 squared is 4. Subtract 6, I get -2. -1, 1 squared. All right, so that one's -5. So does it have a pattern? Look at it. Sure does. So the other number's got to be -2. Graph that now. See if it makes a parabola. It's going to if you graph it right. I'll try in the future not to give you guys graphs without numbers on them.
Or they go off the graph like this.
I mean, I can't really help that. I don't think this one's off the graph a whole
Yes,
lot.
it is.
Not bad.
ours
-5,
is
up
it?
7 is here.
Bro, it's in the middle of my equation.
-2 up 8, 7, 8's about here. -2 up 4. All right, so it does make a parabola, and it is going left to right on the x-axis now, not up and down on the y-axis. All right, so this is what we're doing on this sheet, getting used to graphing them sideways instead of up and down. Hey, Logan, slide your desk over some more so y'all keep your hands off each other. All right, here we go. Everybody good on 1? So if I show y'all number 2, maybe y'all can do number 3? Let's try it. You guys go ahead, get it set up, put your box in there. Ma'am? This one's decimals, Caitlin says. That's okay. You got y squared plus 5y, then your box. Remember, move that plus 9 down out of the way.
This one has decimals.
It's okay.
Josh, Caitlin just said that.
So if you guys use your calculator, fill in the box. Anybody need a calculator? All right, Seth, half of 5 is 2.5, so we got to do 2.5 squared. I got 6.25, which means I need a minus 6.25 out here. Parabola is always opposite. Now, write your answer for your vertex form of the equation. All right, so just take half of 5, so it'll be y plus 2.5 squared. And I'm guessing that's plus 2.75 maybe? All right, so now remember, here's one of your changes here. When you write your answer for your vertex, when you flip this side, you get negative 2.5, right? Where does it go? In the second spot. Negative 2.5. So 2.75 is your x. So we've got decimals everywhere on this one. All right, let's graph it. 2.75 is like right here. And go down 2.5. 1, 2.5. All right, just get it close. All right, so we don't plug in numbers on left and right anymore. We go up and down. 2 numbers above it, 2 numbers below it. Above it, I got -2 and -1. Below it, I got -3 and -4. And remember, plug them in on the y side of the chart, not the x side, because now we're plugging them in for y in the equation. All right, plug them in. Should be good on the graph. Before we go to one that's a little bit more difficult. All right, let's go to 4. All right, so number 4, first problem where we got a number in front. So what do we have to do to start it? Got to divide by 3. So remember, you don't divide the number on the end by 3, only what's in the group. So we got y squared, -12 divided by 3 is -4. Then your box, take that plus 14 and just move it down. All right, what goes in the box on this one? Let's see, half of 4 is 2. Square it is 4. So we got plus 4 right there. How about over here? What goes outside the parentheses? Good. Remember, if you got a number out front, you got to multiply. 3 times 4 is positive 12, so we got to put a negative 12 out here. All right, and everything else should be easy. All right, Caden, I got to show you this step. Before, Caden, we were graphing parabolas like this, but now it says x equals, so now they're going to look like this, Caden. And now my numbers are flipped around. You flip this sign, it's gonna be +2, but since it's with the Y, it goes in the second spot, which is the Y coordinate spot, not the first spot. Which it didn't matter on this one because the numbers were the same. Over 2, up 2. All right, so now, the other thing, Katie, we gotta change is, since it's gonna look like this, we don't wanna plug in 2 on the left, 2 on the right anymore, we wanna go up and down. We're gonna plug in 2 above, which is 3 and 4. 2 numbers below, which is 1 and 0. All right, plug those in, the graph should work. Let's see if that's right. Y'all should have y squared, all right, 30 divided by 6 is 5, right? Then your box. Josh, you got that? You got 5? All right, so half of 5 is 2.5, so we go 2.5 squared. I got 6.25 here. Now remember, guys, 6 times 6.25 is 37.5, so we need a negative 37.5 over here. All right, so it looks like this one might have decimals everywhere. All right, so I got 6. I got y plus 2.5 squared, and that's going to be a negative 7.5 over there. So yeah, I'm glad I did this one with you, not number 5. All right, so when you write your vertex, we flip the sign on this one. It's negative 2.5, and it goes in the second spot. The first spot is negative 7.5. Josh, am I good so far?
Yes, sir.
What in the?
All right, so I go negative 7.5, which is off the graph, down 1, 2.5. It's okay, guys. It's going to end up over here, but that's all right.
It's spread so far apart, Cody.
Yeah, it's okay.
Yeah.
All right, so remember, you plug in 2 numbers above it, 2 numbers below it. Above it, we're going to go negative 2 and negative 1. Below it, we're going to do negative 3 and negative 4. All right, y'all can plug those in and go from there.
It turned off.
Yeah.
I didn't even get the computer.
So
See, you can.
you don't divide the negative 6 on this one. What are you talking about?
They